Welcome back to the basement. Now, I would show you where I am currently in the creation of this Bible cover, but I can't because as of filming this, it's complete. And I really don't want to show it off until the end of this video. If you're new here, I am the Convicted Christian. I am almost 9 years, 19 days, and I'll be 9 years clean and sober. I did almost 10 years of prison, and now I am free, off parole, and loving my life. All thanks to the love of God for me. At least that's what I believe in. If you're a returning viewer, you know that we like to start each video with some of the word. Today we're going to be in Proverbs 25:15. With patience a ruler may be persuaded, and a soft tongue will break a bone. There's a reason why I picked this one for today. Lately, we have had some not troubles with one of our kids, just a little bit more rebellion and testing of boundaries than we would like to see in one of our kids. And that's the way of life. I mean, kids are going to test boundaries. They're going to not learn at the pace you want them to learn at. They're not going to be in the stage that you want them to be in when you want them to be there. It doesn't change the fact that you love them. But what it does mean is that it needs to be reflected in how you treat them. And recently, it's been hard for me and my amazing wife. Partly because, well, she's pregnant. And if you're a lady who's been pregnant, I'm sure that you can attest that it's not easy. You know, you've got emotions, and you've got hormones, and you've got feelings, and you got all sorts of craziness going on inside of your body, inside of your mind, inside of your spirit. And I can see where that would be frustrating. And for me, I'm still learning. You know, my dad, who raised me, love him to death. You know, does he have his faults? Absolutely. Does some of it, does he need to, own and make sure that people know that he recognizes his faults? Absolutely. But he was one of the few men in my life that I could count on. Even if he didn't believe I would make it, he was still there. But because of the struggles that I had and the struggles that our relationship had, and him not really knowing how to help me, it was hard for him to be in the picture completely. It was hard for him to relate in a way that meant that he was able to fully commit to helping me. And I don't fault him. I don't fault him in the slightest. Give me a second. I think that he did the best that he could with the skills that he had. But because he really didn't have... Sorry, got to adjust you a little bit. This tripod is starting to kind of fail me a little. Might need to get a new one soon. There you go. But because he really didn't know what to do, the only thing that he knew how to do was be the disciplinarian. Not his fault. I don't blame him. But that also means that I don't really know how to be anything other than the disciplinarian. Because that's what I saw from my father figure. And that's what I believe that we were supposed to be, was disciplinarians. And I picked this verse because recently I've been trying to still speak firm, but a little softer, with a little more patience. Not abdicating my authority, not abdicating my responsibility to help these children and these girls learn to listen and know when to follow rules and know when they need to question if it's the right thing to do. Because there's gonna be someone in their life eventually that's gonna want to take them somewhere where they shouldn't be. It's the world. That I had that happen, and I followed the person, and I shouldn't have. Sometimes it's themselves. It's their own, inner thoughts that are telling them to go somewhere, and I just never question mine. So I'm trying to teach them how to do that, but while listening to true authority. It's not easy. And so I like this verse because it shows that even in something as plain as being a ruler or leader or head of household, God still has thoughts on it. He still has an idea of what it should look like. And I think that's amazing. And the fact that we can look at it and go, oh, he really does understand, gives me hope that maybe someday my girls will look at me and go, oh, he really does understand. And they can see that through my patience and through, the softness of what I'm saying, or softness of how I'm saying it, even if it's not something they want me to say or want to hear from me, they can see my compassion and my empathy towards what they're going through. So I love that. Absolutely love that. Now, I'm not going to show you anything. I'm not going to show you where I'm at because I'm done. Let me give you a little. I'm not going to show you the whole thing. Oh, did you see it? Oh, okay. Well, that was loud. I think we're just going to get right into the video. Today, I think, if I remember correctly, because I've actually been doing quite a bit, and I hope that I remember everything I did. I think I in this video, I'm going to be doing stitching. I'm going to be making maybe the handles and the straps, and then final stitching as well of the whole thing together as a whole. I believe that's where I'm at. If I'm wrong, roast me in the comments. I need to be better. I need to be better at this. But let's get to it. Let's get it done. And when you see me again, I will have a completed Bible cover to show you. As I talked about last week with my silence and solitude, my time to quiet my mind down and listen for what the Spirit is trying to tell me. What it's also done for me is it's helped me to grow in that patience. It's helped me to be more patient with my wife, especially with her being pregnant. She's definitely going through some hormones, and she's having a hard time with certain things. And I easily could allow that to get under my skin and make it much more difficult to be patient with her because of my own failings and my own shortcomings. It's helped me be more patient and soft-tongued with my children when they are just doing what children do, instead of expecting them to have the mind of an adult and have the responsibility and accountability of an adult. It's really made it a lot easier to be patient with them. Because I can see how patient he's been with me. Through my not listening, through my doing things that if I don't outright know that they're wrong, I should have figured out that they were wrong. And if you're looking to build patience, that silence and solitude time is a great time to allow his patience to shape how you think, how you deal with him, and ultimately how you deal with the outside world. It's been a long road building this Bible cover, but I'm glad that you guys made it. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed me making this. If you want to see more leather projects like this, let me know. I've got a couple things that I'm going to be working on next that include leather, but they're not nearly as extensive as this is. I hope that you guys can find some silence and solitude so that you can take some stress away, become more patient, and have the spirit that you wish to have. Take care, guys, and I'll see you next week on the next project. We are officially done. I didn't record some of the things that I did, like adding the straps to the back, and I don't think that I showed gluing the handles on, but it's done, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, whatever you don't mind being called. It is done. And it's got one of my Bibles in it. And as you can see, it's really starting to lighten up in some areas. It's starting to lighten up here on the front page. Ooh, you can't even see it from over there. But that is... And this is how you would open it. So you take the buckle and you fold it backwards to get it out of the way. And then it just opens up. There's my pockets. There's my Psalm 100. And there's the other pocket with 1 Corinthians 13:13. This Bible cover was probably one of my favorite things to build so far. It took a while, but it took a considerable less amount of time than it did the one that I made for my wife. With time, these straps will stretch and the Bible will fit even better. It's a little tight right now, but it turned out really, really nice. I really like having that black and white with some red inside. I just, overall, I think this really turned out really nice. I'm very, very happy with this. And I thank God every day that He gave me the ability to do the things that I do. If it wasn't for Him blessing me with these talents, I wouldn't be able to do this. This wouldn't be possible. So so grateful, so thankful for everything that He's done for us. and me with this ability, because since I can do this type of stuff, I can make stuff for my wife and I can make stuff for my kids, and it's just a real gift that I can bring to my family. And with the Bible verse that we talked about with patience, the patient ruler is better than a non-patient ruler. This takes patience, and I used to never have patience. Even when I hyper-focused on things, I never had the patience to be able to do something like this that took many hours to complete, unless I did many hours back to back and start to finish completed it in one sitting. And so, if you've got patience and you've got some perseverance and you can hold yourself responsible and accountable for the things that you're doing, then you can create some amazing things. My next project is I'm actually going to be making three pens. A Purple Heart pen, a resin pen, and I believe that I have some leftover mixed medium material that has a bunch of different things. If I don't, then I'm probably going to do a white oak pen. But I wanted to show you what some of my Purple Heart looks like. I got something on it. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's where the clip used to sit, is on that little white divot thing you see. But overall, this is what the fountain pens I make look like. Now, I'm not making one of these for my 7-year-old daughter, because she's going to snap it off and there's going to be ink everywhere. But I am going to make her a twist pen. And then I'm also going to make her a leather holder that she can wear around her neck. I'm going to use some of the clasps and chains that I have, so that if another kid comes and yanks on it, or she gets it yanked on, the chains are not very strong. They'll pull right off. I mean, it might hurt a little bit, but it's better than getting choked or yanked to the ground. And that's going to be start for next week's video. And those should be pretty quick. I might be able to do all three pens in one video. It only takes me about 3 hours a pen, start to finish. And whenever I do multiple pens at the same time, I can do it's a little faster. But if you enjoyed what you saw, please consider following, subscribing, whatever platform this currently is on. Your support means the world to me. And as much as I'm not doing this to make money, make a career, it would be nice if this did supplement my job. God willing, of course. If this isn't the path God wants me to take, He'll let me know, and these will just be for fun and for educational purposes and entertainment, mostly. But hopefully someday I can make my own shop, and I can work for myself, and I can create and make things and give glory to God through the work that I create. But none of that happens without you guys. And if you just like the videos and you don't want to support me as a Christian creator, that's fine too. Keep your eye out for my name, and maybe someday you'd be willing to subscribe or follow, whatever. Thank you guys for going on this journey with me. This was a little emotional, maybe not to the point of tears, but it was definitely an emotional build, and something that I hope to cherish and maybe hand down to my children for years to come. I hope you guys are having a good rest of your week, your day, whenever you're watching this, your morning. And I hope that you always remember that if we want to change the world, we have to be patient with our household, patient with ourselves, so that we can change ourselves. See you in the next video.